Welcome to setting up Visual Studio or Xcode. In this video, we're going to be getting you the tools you need to start programming and diving into this course. It's going to be Visual Studio on the PC and Xcode on the Mac. Now, if you're wondering who's talking, it's Sam. You'll see me in a few of these videos. If you are on a PC, then just watch through with me. If you are on a Mac, then just skip a little bit ahead to where we show you how to install Xcode instead of Visual Studio. Okay. So there is a new version of Visual Studio since a lot of the content in this course has been recorded. It's Visual Studio 17. So go ahead, open up your favorite browser of choice and grab Visual Studio 17. Go search for it. You'll end up on a page that looks something like this, visualstudio.com. And you can go ahead and download the Visual Studio Community Edition, is the one that's for free. So Community 2017. Grab that small download. This is just an installer download, so it will not be very big at all. You can go ahead, open it, give it the keys to the kingdom, and we will get started. So once you've accepted and signed your life away to Microsoft with a privacy agreement, then it will download what it needs to give you an option of packages. Now I'm going to show you, it's very simple. They've actually improved the simplicity of the installer in the 2017 edition, so we'll just show you just how easy it is. But a couple of things while we're at it, to show you about the setup that Ben and I have here to make things really easy. You'll notice that all the icons, everything is very big. This is so it's easy for you guys to see. It's in high DPI and it's about 720p. And also another thing you'll notice is that the sidebar, we have our Windows taskbar over at the side here, and that is again to give you more space to see everything that we are doing and working with. Okay, so we've got the installer popping up now, and you will see that there's a couple of what they call workloads here. Now, workloads basically means what kind of stuff are you going to be doing with Visual Studio? And there's lots of options here. You may want to check more than one if you know you want something else. But if you don't know what you need, then just scroll on down to the section entitled Mobile and Gaming, and the bottommost option here is game development with C++. We are using that, and in fact, if you look in the little description, it also tells you that it's things like Unreal, so that's exactly what we want. So let's check that off, and you will notice that over on the right here, it's automatically checked off the components that it's going to install, such as the Windows 10 SDK and the C++ profiling tools. But something I didn't realize the first time I was doing this video, so you'll see that I'm not checking these off, is you also need to check off the Windows 8.1 SDK in order for Unreal to build some of its plugins, and the Unreal Engine installer will be helpful, so you might as well check those two off as well. And once you've done that, go ahead and hit install and leave that running. Now over to Ben with the instructions for the Mac. If you are only on a PC, then you can happily skip across to the next video.
So if you're on a Mac, I want you to make sure that you have Xcode downloaded and installed. We need to go to the Mac App Store, which is the Apple sign, and then to App Store. Then do a search for Xcode. And then when the result comes up, I want you to see whether Xcode is perhaps not installed, in which case it'll say get like this, installing like mine is, or already installed, in which case it says open. Now if it is installed, I want you to make sure it's up to date by clicking updates, and we want both Xcode and macOS to be fully up to date. Otherwise, just leave it installing. Now, how do you know how it's doing on the install? Here's a tip for you. If you hit your Launchpad button on your keyboard and you scroll to the page that the download's on, you'll actually be able to see the progress here, 3 out of 4 gig in my case. So this could take 20 minutes on your broadband. It could take many hours. So continue watching the course while that downloads in the background, and I'll tell you when to install it.